Hello, I am Sho Love, and this is the Sho Love podcast. Welcome to the show. I am with Chianti Irby from Chicago, Illinois, South Side.
That's right.
Englewood.
Englewood.
Look, you already know, right? So Chianti is my, oh my gosh. Can I call you my personal tarot reader? I don't know if I could do that.
Absolutely.
You are my personal tarot reader. I found you by luck and by chance. During this pandemic, I wanted to, learn a new skill. And everyone was saying, well, if you come out of the pandemic and you don't have a new skill, what were you doing? So I was like, well, okay, I'll try my hand at tarot reading. I've had a deck for years and uh, naturally intuitive. I used to be a clairvoyant reader for hedge fund managers, the Chicago Board of Trade, Wall Street. I had some clients that pre the 2008 crash, I had some hedge fund managers that I was a spiritual. What would you call that? Spiritual advisor, I would say, intuitive. So I wanted a different avenue to utilize those abilities and gifts with. So I was like, let me learn some tarot. So I went on YouTube, and there's like 1,000,001 tarot readers on YouTube. And lo and behold, I stumbled upon you, Chianti, and you blew my mind because we've talked about this on several occasions. I know I use the word prophetic a lot. The gift, the prophecy, and these tarot cards, whether it's a tarot card or crystal ball, you're still utilizing that gift. Is that right?
That is right.
And so when I saw you, I was like, there's something different about this South Side girl from Chicago. Not only we have some similarities. We are both Pisces with Aries moon, and just having that connection with you, I was like, okay, this is my sister here. This is my cousin.
Yeah.
But then I saw you in action with the cards, the tarot cards, and before we get into that, would you mind sharing a little bit of your history? Like what were you doing before tarot cards and how you got into it?
Well, I would say I'm pretty much a regular person. Before YouTube and tarot, I worked customer service jobs. I worked in banking, lending, things like that, and I kind of got on a journey, pretty much how a lot of us get on a journey where things are happening in my life that just weren't making any sense. Things weren't gelling. And I went looking for answers. And pretty much how you stumbled across me is how I stumbled across my calling. Now, I've always felt that I've known that I was psychic. I've said that to people. And, some family, friends and family laugh. But I said, no, I know stuff about people, and I see stuff and I feel something that I know that I shouldn't know. I know I don't have a reason for knowing some things about people, places, things, and things like that. But it wasn't something that I necessarily had control over because things came to me. I didn't necessarily go looking for them.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Oh, to me it does. I don't know about the listeners, but yeah, keep going.
When I went looking because I was so confused about a situation with the twin flame, and I went looking for
the Capricorn.
Yeah. I went looking on YouTube and I ran across the really amazing tarot card reader who happened to be a Pisces. I didn't know that at the time, but this sister was reading my life with those cards. Right. And I ran across a few more sisters and I said, well, wait a damn second here.
Right.
How the hell are they able to do it? And I knew then, I said, I need to figure out how they did it. And from that moment on, I literally bought a deck of playing cards, a regular deck of playing cards. I taught myself with them. I studied. I learned. A very good friend of mine brought me my first tarot deck, and I just felt like it was something that I could do, and I wanted to get out there and do it. And it's been, the rest is history.
The rest isn't definitely history. I mean,
Yeah.
you're currently at 15,000 or close to 15,000
Mm-hmm.
viewers. You don't have any other social media. You don't promote at all. I have no idea
No.
how you popped up on my feed, but you did. And before that, you were in banking. You just regular old, working in banking.
Yep. 9 to 5.
And now that's you're no longer doing that. You're 100% tarot reading
Yes, I am. I definitely I run my channel, my YouTube channel full time for the love of water tarot.
for the love of
I
tarot.
run
Yep.
that. I do that full time. So when and I'm a mom, so when I have time, I do collective readings for the signs. I do all 12 zodiac signs. I do masculine and feminine readings. I do ascension readings, and I offer personal and private readings. So that pretty much keeps my schedule full.
So wait a minute. You're not just a mom. I mean, you're a mother of five.
I
Let's.
am. I am a mother of five.
That's
I
that.
most certainly am.
That breaks that goes beyond just a mother. You're like.
I definitely have some superwoman qualities.
I imagine you do. I imagine you do. So prophecy is not your only gift. That is for sure. So I want to you've agreed to do a reading for us here today. But before we
Yes.
do that, I just want you to just let people know how they can get in contact. So you're Chianti Irby for the Love of Water Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct. And
people wanted to get in touch with you and contact you. How could they do that?
if you're interested in booking me for a private reading, you can always email me at for the love of water tarot at gmail.com. I definitely respond to all of the emails. I include payment information and what services I offer and the time frames and everything. And if you're just interested in just watching a general read, of course, you can always subscribe to my channel at for the love of water tarot at Gmail. I interact with my collective a lot of times, and I often go live. And when I go live, I do offer 10 between 10 and $15. I do offer one question for reads. I do I usually give you around 7 to 10 minutes. I talk really fast, so I can tell you a lot for that. But it has to be something that you're willing to sit in and kind of chill with us until your turn comes around.
And it's
But yes.
amazing. I've done both. I've had a private reading, and I often check out your YouTube channel for the Love of Water Tarot. I highly recommend it. It's not only enlightening, it's entertaining.
I
um,
don't entertain on purpose. It just happens to happen that way.
Sometimes I just have you on in the background. I'm not even, paying for a reading or whatever, but I just have it. It's just you have the music pumping, and
It starts off as strictly business. Sometimes it can't.
by the end of the night, it's like,
It ends up being very fun. I
I love it.
definitely enjoy it.
I love it. You're very entertaining and fun, very talented and very intuitive,
Thank you.
highly intuitive. And I recommend Chianti to anyone who is, seeking any. It's not really seeking any answers, just wanting some insight. I would say, wouldn't you think?
Yes, I feel like there's nothing wrong with if this is the thing in life where life is a journey. You never stop learning. You never stop growing. It's okay to feel like you may want some insight into some things that's not quite making sense to you. That is okay. If you feel like you have all the answers and you know everything and you're probably not learning and growing, so I definitely don't judge. I encourage people, even if you're not going to book, it doesn't hurt to check it out. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing, and that's okay. But I definitely think that it's especially right now with things being the way they are
Exactly.
in the world. I definitely think a lot of us are being called to tap into our spiritual sides, and I think it's a good tool to help us do that.
And we were just talking about this about the December 21st shift or ascension that's supposed to happen, and it seems like things, more people are looking for a more spiritual outlet, a more spiritual,
Mhm.
the whole me, selfish, greedy, 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 rape and pillage the earth. That era is ending.
It's coming to an end. It's not getting us as a collective anywhere. And because we all are a collective,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way you can be me, because me, us, we're all a part of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to come to an end. It just can't, that way of thinking.
Yeah, we have indulged enough,
Enough, enough,
we have
enough.
indulged enough, and now it's time to take a more collective mindset, and that's what's happening. There's going to be 5 planets in Aquarius. My Jupiter's in Aquarius, which I love having my Jupiter in Aquarius. It's my humanitarian side. My money's going to come from doing good for others.
Doing good deeds, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, duh.
And it should be that way. Exactly,
you
exactly. And
know,
and and that's how it should be.
yeah, God blesses a cheerful giver, a cheerful giver.
Mm-hmm.
It has been written. So this is the age of that, being a cheerful giver. This is the age for that. So I love the era that we're moving into. And Chianti has decided to give us an ascension reading today. We are some very
Yes.
lucky folks. So how does this happen? Like, what is ascension, and what does this mean? And just give people a rundown of what you'll be doing, because mainly people are coming to you to talk about their twin flame and getting their lover back and their money, and it's a very materialistic, very uh, age of Pisces type
Mm-hmm.
energy.
Mm-hmm. And I do that. I definitely can provide reads about what's coming towards you in love, or what's going on with work. I don't mind doing that. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But since we are doing this for the collective, I felt like an ascension read is better. An ascension read is basically because we're all on this journey of life. Life is a journey. We're all on this journey. There's always lessons that needs to be learned, and situational things in the atmosphere. So I'm basically going to pull some oracle messages here. I'll be able to call out situational things. I won't focus on signs so much. I can definitely call out the signs I'm feeling of the energy, but it's not so much about the zodiac sign as the energy of what that sign encompasses.
Right.
So what I'll basically do is I'll kind of give the layout of the energy that's in the atmosphere. As far as what situations is happening, I'm going to pull oracle messages from spirit on advice and possible outcomes, and what do we kind of need to know, and what we need to look out for as a collective. It'll be general. It'll resonate for someone for sure, but I just don't know who. we'll, we'll all kind of find out
Yes.
together. Okay.
And I would like to say, let's mention that this is like the third time that we've tried to do this interview. And the first time the recording, like nothing, like it just went blank, the recording, and so this information that is coming through now, it has been very challenging to get it to come
It
through.
has. It has. I do feel like these messages may be a bit stinging and painful, because there's something about what we're trying to convey I feel like that was energetically trying to be blocked. So,
right. So now I have several recorders. I have two two
and we're doing that just to make sure that it gets recorded.
Just to make sure. So here we go. Thank you so much.
So here we go. For my beautiful soul tribe, for my collective spirit, give me messages for the collective. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What's coming towards us, spirit? Impossible advice and outcomes. Peace, love, light, and clarity for my beautiful soul tribe. All right, spirit, let's go. Spirit, my beautiful soul tribe. What's going on with the collective? What do we need to know? Messages for my collective. Let's see. Oh, love is strange, strange Valentine. And I love to see this. So this is telling me, oh, okay, great. This is telling me what's happening here is I do feel like relationships are being, this is enhancement of relationships
Mm.
for definitely, for sure. My strange love is strange card is my nobody's perfect, but it's perfect for me energy.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there's this strange love is like having that perfect relationship that's perfectly imperfected here. Okay, I feel like this is God perfecting relationships for us, enhancing them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is happening because next to strange love is the dress of alchemy, release your power, which is magician energy for me. If you're unfamiliar with the magician and tarot, this is an alchemist. This is someone who has all the tools in the toolbox to accomplish whatever he or she sets out. And literally at the card, in my cards for this particular card, there's a fairy holding a magic potion. She has the potion in her hand. She's going to release it when she gets good and ready. But she already has it. So there is some sort of enhancement. There is some sort of manifestation and enhancement of relationships and love, cooperative ones that work, that's perfectly imperfected. And I know that's happening because after that I have the Violet Duchess, which is stifled, bored, and stuck.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
this is Four of Pentacles energy. This is Earth energy. By the way, the magician could be Virgo or Gemini. This could also be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for me.
Mm.
But this is an energy of someone holding on to something too tightly. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that is getting ready to go away because next I have the Lantern Fairy, a clear solution, which is my Hermit, my Virgo energy. But this is someone who is definitely holding on to something too tightly, and they're kind of in a dark place. They're stifled, bored, and stuck because of some stubborn behavior here. Now, they're in the dark and they're in this dark place, but they have a lantern, which means that's the clear solution here. So someone is definitely doing deep introspection. Someone is definitely looking in the mirror. Someone could definitely be closing themselves off and manifesting, but there's getting ready to be a huge enhancement of love and relationships. There is some sort of power that's getting ready to be released that's going to allow some sort of stifle, bored and stuck energy to be released because there's a clear solution. I have a lady with the botched egg here. This could be male or female, but this is about ancient wisdom. This is telling me that there's lessons coming in about things that's been going on over time. Okay, ancient wisdom are not lessons that we learn very quickly.
Mm.
This is things. These are marathons that we've been training for either our whole life or lifetimes. But these lessons are getting ready to come in. We're receiving these botched eggs, which is the wisdom that we like. It's like graduating here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's transitions to the spirit realm. There's definitely things going over to God and the energy of God and spirit stepping in. And under that, I have a devil energy. Attempted offer has a high price. So I feel like for some of us, we're learning. This is gathering wisdom and giving things over to God that's tempting but has a high price for our soul. That's causing us to be stifled, bored, and stuck. And this is also releasing our powers to enhance relationships that are perfectly imperfected for us. Okay, there's clear solutions here, and this is God basically saying that for whoever this is, for any of us, if we are stifled, bored, and stuck, and we're in this dark place, it's because we're not doing it in the work. Because there's a clear solution here. There's ancient wisdom here. We, as a collective, some of us, if you don't know, you will know very soon exactly what needs to be transitioned over to spirit, because there is a devil, a toxic or tempting energy here, where there's an offer that's very tempting, but the price is just too damn high, and it looks like it's like the wages of sin is death here. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and clarify. Ooh, I hope I'm not getting too deep for y'all. I'm gonna. Okay. Let's see why the strange.
We got some work to
Valentine,
do.
the love
It
is
sounds like we
strange.
got work to do.
Yes, yeah. Listen. This is happening whether we want it to or not. This is what's going on. Karma is happening. Yep. So under the strange Valentine, love is strange. Is trust the niggle. This is actually a card. It's just scorpionic energy. What is the niggling trying? What is the niggle trying? The niggling trying to. I'm sorry. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Now, what this is, this tower energy, and what the niggle is about, is basically a tap on the shoulder from God. Typically, before we have tower moments, tower moments are things that come in and happen unexpectedly, that upheave, like peace and serenity, right?
Right.
Typically, before these things happen, God taps us on the shoulder. Whether we listen, and this card is called the niggle. That's the niggle. Now, whether you listen to the niggle or not is your choice. We all have free will. But the tower comes in, right?
Hmm.
And in this strange love, in this situation, there's a tower. There's a niggle feeling here about something. And the tap on the shoulders trying to tell you something. And underneath the deck is the age of light. What did I tell you? You've been training for this for lifetimes. There's some ancient wisdom coming in. For some of us, this is gonna, like I said, some of us are enhancing some perfectly imperfected relationships. And it has something to do with our ancient wisdom, something that we've been training for lifetimes, or something that we've been doing in other lives and life paths here. But let's see what alchemy is. Let's see what release your power is, because this is someone definitely okay.
What are you seeing? Can you
Feel.
tell us the cards that you're seeing?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell us the cards that you're seeing?
Yes, I definitely will. So, I'm using a fairy. I use a fairy oracle first, and then I have I think it's Brave Your Light oracle that I'm using.
Okay.
But okay, so what's coming out here for the dress of alchemy, which is the magician energy, the power that's going to be released, or the power that we're having here. The first one came out, says, fill up your well, rest, retreat, refuel. And didn't I tell you someone is definitely holding the magic potion?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't released it yet, but they have it. So this could be spirit saying, yes, you have the answers. Make sure that you're doing self-care. Fill up your well, because something big is coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, under that is Pilates, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Some of us are definitely getting ready. Didn't we say that this cycle of me is getting ready to end, and there's getting ready to be a more humanitarian spirit coming in? Right. This is that. The double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. A lot of us, no different than me, are regular 9 to 5 people, but there's another call, and there's a double mission here. And some of us are getting a call about this, okay? And under that is, Hermana, what are you being called to journey to? Yeah. They're pretty much saying it. And a warrior woman is under here. And the question that the warrior woman is presenting to us all is, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? And this is basically spirit confirming that God is, like, for some of us, I feel like our biggest obstacle is our fear. I feel like the stifle, bored, and stuck energy is us being afraid.
Well, that's very interesting, because the first reading, the recording that we did that just blacked out, that was basically the theme of that reading was, you said, take a leap.
Like, pretty much, and the cards are confirming it. Now, check this out. Under the stifle, bored, and stuck energy, what flipped out on it for me is protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Right? I do feel like this is about this magician energy, about this filling up your well, rest, retreat, and refuel. Some of us need to do this because we're getting ready to go on these double missions, okay? Right. I feel like some of us have definitely been in this hermit mode here. I can see that too. Some of us have definitely been cut off and been in this hermit mode. But there's an energy of a graduation happening for me. Okay? There's some sort of coming out here. Underneath the deck is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeing the light, laying foundations, divine plan. What did I tell you? Some of us definitely need to call back our power and understand that we are protected.
Well, it's so interesting that
there's a warrior here.
It's so interesting that we've been sort of in hermit mode for the entire year of 2020.
And I do feel like that energy, and it may have been called for. I hate to say it. It was painful. It's been painful for us all. Absolutely. But it may have been called for, because some of us are coming out of that energy, and we're like, there's a warrior woman here. There's an alchemist here.
We needed to rest. I needed my rest. I needed my beauty sleep.
Girl, I love me a good nap. Nobody gonna turn me. Nobody gets in between me and my rest.
I know that's
so I definitely understand. But I feel like what the cards are saying to me is, some of us are being tapped on the shoulder. Sure. Some of us are getting the niggle from the divine. Yep. It's pushing us. Absolutely. It's pushing us, and it's pushing us to get out of these comfort zones, these stifle, bored, and stuck energies, to understand that we're protected, to understand our power, to release it.
Right. Yep.
To understand that we have this double mission, and that we're being called to do big things here. Now, let's see what the clear solution is.
What is the solution? Give me the solution. That's what I need.
Let's see what the clear solution is. Because the cards definitely say there is one. Let's see what comes out.
Blessed be the fruit.
See. What's the clear solution here?
We like clear solutions.
Ooh. The crumbling What are you clinging
Mm.
on to?
You gotta let it go.
Letting go.
Mm.
Letting go. Letting go and letting God. Ooh.
Well,
What's
not being
under here?
attached to the
Oh.
outcome, not being attached to how or when or where or,
Mm-hmm.
and
And,
that's
and,
what,
and, and look what's under the deck. The
what's that?
keepers of the earth. You are
Mm.
not alone. Ancient
Mm.
ancestors stand behind you.
It's
For some of
ancestors.
us,
Did
we
you say
yes,
ancestors? Because
yes.
I've been venerating my ancestors. I've been feeding them, giving them liquor and wine, and
And listen, underneath that is awakening, energetic
I
upgrades, a
love it.
new way of into being integration. It's literally a soul being lifted up into the heaven and ascending. So for some of us, this is definitely help from the other side. Some of us are getting
Mm.
clear messages from someone from the other side here. I feel like that could be the niggle coming for some of us too.
Well, I've
Um,
definitely been getting that niggle. So, um, for a minute.
yeah.
I know I'm not
All
the
under
only
the
one.
deck here is cards of ancestry, coming out of a cave, your soul family, the awakening.
Look at
Yeah,
that. Look at that.
vibrations rise. It's pretty clear to me. Like there's definitely an energy here of like big changes coming in. Big.
I love it. I'm here for it.
I
Anything else?
definitely
Do
am.
we have one last card for the to wrap it up or
I definitely can. So here's what I'll do. Now I can get a little interesting with this. I'll pull a tarot. I got a traditional tarot. Oh, did you hear
Uh-oh.
something fall?
Yes, I sure did. What
See?
was that?
See?
Let me
Okay.
let me guess it.
Okay, so this will just to get you just to titillate y'all a little bit. I can definitely go a bit more in depth in characters, situations,
Yeah.
what could possibly be coming towards us for some of these energies. I'll pull a couple of tarot, no problem.
Which one fell out? Which one came out?
Also, so right now I'm just using a typical Rider Waite deck.
Oh, okay.
I'm just shuffling them up. I want to clear the energies before I clarify any of the
Okay, good.
spread. Make sure I don't have anybody else's energy on the cards
I
for
know
my
that's right.
collective right now. Let's go, spirit. Okay. Okay, let's see what the strange love is and the niggle is here
Yeah.
for spirit. Why is love is strange?
Love
And
is
trust the
strange,
niggle
that's
is.
for sure.
Love is strange. But this is something about something being perfectly imperfected. And for us to trust that. And with three of wands. See, this is a card of manifestation, moving
Yeah.
forward, fire energy. There's that hermit. For some of us, a Virgo could be involved in this. But this is about going deep within, trusting what we're being pushed to do, and understanding that things will be perfectly imperfected. See, here's the lovers. It could be dealing with the Gemini, but this is something about having going deep within, getting some sort of introspection, having a clear solution, being divinely guided, and also having some very deep spiritual connections. And then there's an Ace of Pentacles coming in, new money, new beginnings.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing feminine energies here, taking their ground, taking some stands, using their intuition. Let's go, sisters. I see Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, women under there. Let's see. Why release your powers here, fill up your well, the double mission, and what are you being called to journey to do? This is a magician. This is an alchemist here, full of swords. See, some of us are feeling very blocked and aren't making a decision or not moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's just saying to do it. The Two of Swords is like
Just
standing
do
with
it.
the Two of Swords is literally a card with someone having a blindfold on and not making a decision and holding this power. This could definitely be some of us needing to take that second, though, because the cards are saying to fill up your well. So this could be why we're holding this back. But underneath the deck, I have the Six of Wands, which is victory, success, acknowledgement,
Sure.
and the Eight of Wands, forward movement. For some of us, some of us are definitely fire here because I got Aries, Leo, Sag. I have Leo, and I have the King of Swords here. I have a King of Swords here, and I definitely have a message of a new opportunity coming in to a feminine energy. I definitely see a King of Swords reaching out for an opportunity for a feminine energy here who's going to have to use her intuition
Well,
about
come
it.
on, King of Swords.
Well,
I'm ready. Come on, King.
well, I saw him there. He's making an offer to a high priestess for sure.
Well,
Why is the cycle board and stuck energy here in the protection? Someone definitely needs to call back their power, cut some cords, retrieve their soul, and get out of this stifle board and stuck energy for wands. For some of us, it's definitely being stifle board and stuck at home. Because the 4 wands is home. Yeah, here's another 4. Here's another for Four Swords.
Mm.
This is literally rest, recover, resting, recovery. Someone
Sure.
listen. Who's under here? Yeah, listen. Yeah, feminines, because I see feminines here. The Queen of Wands could definitely be a feminine energy, but energy is energy. Put it where it goes. There's a call here for some of us that are definitely stifled, bored, and stuck to call back in our power to cut some cords and retrieve our soul, because there is a Four of Wands. There's a divine connection here in 1111. The Four of Swords is clarifying it, and I have a Queen of Wands under here again. Somebody taking action. She's getting the Ace of Pentacles here. And there's definitely an energy of fighting off past disappointments and letting them go, because there's victory and success and forward movement coming in.
Yes. So let go
Okay.
of the past. Let it
Yes.
go. Let it go.
Yes.
Let it
The
go.
spirit is calling for us to let it go,
And I
to
think it's
call back
just
our power,
and it's
and to cut some cords.
and I think it's a lot to do with like what we think about the past, like where we should be, where we shouldn't be, like our shame, guilt, all that stuff that's attached to the past sometimes.
But there's so much power in acceptance. That's the most powerful thing you can do, is accept something. Because once you can accept it, you can move on from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of us hurt ourselves because we do that retrospect with regret. Why didn't? Why couldn't? Sometimes things didn't work out because they didn't need to work out. And if we can accept that and see that something, the future could definitely be much more brighter than the past.
Right. And I just want to make that point because I think a lot of times when people hear, oh, let it go, they get so caught up in material things, and letting go of people. I mean, maybe it's letting go of what you think about that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, sometimes you have to let go. Sometimes you have to let go of your expectations for people. I talked on my live the other night, and I told people I don't want to tell people how to pray, but if they pray, what helps me? I used to pray for God to change other people, and that's unrealistic. People have to want to change themselves.
Yep.
Now I ask God to change me, to heal me, so those things don't hurt, so they can be them and do all of the SHIT that they want to do, but it doesn't affect me
you
so badly anymore. And that's what's been able to help me move forward and like feel amazing about me.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I want to feel amazing about me,
Exactly.
And we can't, and we have to learn to not attach that feeling and assign it to someone else being there.
Especially when you're coming from a prophetic place, because when you see things, when you're given a vision, you see everything. You see the highest of everyone. You see everyone in their fullest potential.
Mm-hmm.
And then when but then it has to go through their personality. Their highest potential has to go through their pain, their hurt, their and all their doubt and worries and fears. And their highest, when it actually manifests in reality, in real time, I should say, it is not as it can be a little disappointing. You have
to accept that loving someone is not enough.
At their highest and their lowest, it has to be unconditional. And that's, I think, where we're moving into this new age of Aquarius, having this shift that's happening December 21st. It's having more compassion for our neighbors and our friends, especially what's been going on in the world, I think, and especially in the U.S., the Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, people being forced to be compassionate for others, and a lot of people kicking and screaming. They don't want to be compassionate. It's
they don't want to.
All lives matter. All lives. All it's like well, it will when these lives matter as well.
Exactly.
And
it's a concept that seems so simple on its face. It seems so simple, but
so when you're I know, and so when you're seeing things from a prophetic view, and it can be very disappointing. So having more compassion for others for 2021, this is what we're talking about. Having more compassion for ourselves in 2021. And just letting go of the things. I'm trying to summarize what you just said. Just having, letting go of things that really don't really matter anymore. They never did, really.
Like if we're really looking to move into an age where we're more, again, like you said, compassion is going to be a huge part of it, and a lot of that letting go. For some of us, I feel like, because right now things are very heavy. Like, people are not just going through things on a global, like, it's not just like because of the global things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's things that's hitting everyone's household, family,
Mm-hmm.
friends. Like, it's like it's the weirdest transitions that's happening right now, and I feel like some of us that's definitely on the road to ascension, like, there's going to be a coming together of us, but unfortunately there's going to be some people that are going to be left behind.
Mm.
Because those type of ways of being and thinking, they don't serve us as a collective.
Right.
They don't. The me era, it can't be just me. I don't live on earth alone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just be for Chianti, because the earth doesn't belong to just Chianti.
Right. 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 Exactly. And that's, that's the blessing of being a Pisces. I think you get to have that sort of, perspective, that water sign, having that, it's one big ocean. It's not separate oceans.
It could be a gift and a curse, and I say that in my Pisces read. Whatever kind of water whatever you consider yourself in the pond, we all swimming in the same.
We're
water.
all
So if you look, a baby shark,
right.
A guppy, a whale, a mermaid, because they'll correct me, I call them baby sharks. I'm not a shark. Okay, but whatever the hell you are.
Right. Exactly.
Please know we're still in the same pond. And if you're watching and you take the time to say that, what I'm telling you probably resonates. All right? Just swim in it.
I think I know. I think I'm a stingray because of my Scorpio-ness. I think in the water I'm a stingray.
Sis, I try to tell people, don't think that we all just fishies. We fishy when we love you.
Like, right?
We guppies if we love you.
There are piranhas in there too. You know what I mean?
There's some very treacherous creatures in the water. There are.
So people think Pisces, but no, don't get me messed up now, because I can come out the bag on you quick.
If we're high vibe, we're dope. But just like anything, there's good and bad. I've met some downright scoundrel Pisces. I could look right at them and I know they're scoundrels, and they're amazing people. They're very likable people, because most Pisces are.
Right.
But they don't use their powers for good. They use their powers for evil.
Indeed. I've met a couple.
So it's good and bad in anything,
Indeed. Well, let's let people know how to contact you. You are on YouTube for the Love of Water Tarot.
At Gmail. Yeah, I am at YouTube, and if you're interested in booking me for a private reading, you can always email me at fortheloveofwatertarot@gmail.com.
And I highly recommend my sis from Chicago, the Windy City, what is the city of big shoulders? Is that what they call you guys?
Yeah, that's what they used to call us. We haven't been called that in quite some
time. But like I always say, Chicago. I was born in Georgia, but Chicago raised me. I lived in Chicago for 7 years, and it definitely put my ass into shape. So I love that city, and thank you so much. I want to thank the listeners. Chianti, just hold on for a second, and we'll follow up. But I want to thank the listeners for joining us, and happy holidays. This might be the holiday show. But anyway, be safe out there, and we appreciate you listening and tuning in. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, be safe and show love.